Some people. Look, give me Jeremiah 17:9. Look at this. You're from the tribe of Issachar. That's who you would be in the Bible. Just like myself, American black. That would make me from the tribe of Judah. You see that? That's who you are in the Bible. When the conquistadors came, what's your last name? Huh? Pacheco. What's your last name? Huh? Corpus. Those are Spanish names, right? So when the conquistadors came, they enslaved you. They took your names and gave you their names. Just like the so-called black man in America. Every black man in America's last name belongs to the white man that owned his family. Same thing with the Spanish. They took your name, they took your name, your land, your heritage, and everything, and gave you Catholicism. That's what happened. And watch this. It was prophesied in the Bible.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
See, that's what God said was going to happen to the Israelites. You're going to discontinue from your heritage. Your heritage is this Bible. That's why I just showed you that the so-called Aztecs and the Mayans of 500 years before Columbus ever got to this side of the earth, they spoke Hebrew. They understood the commandments of God. They knew these things. But now, because we didn't keep the commandments of God, God sent the enemies against us. But now God is sending the prophets back out to wake you up, to realize that you're an Israelite. You're God's chosen people. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. You're God's chosen people. Now it's time to come back to your true heritage, which is this Bible. Think about it. The so-called Chinese man over there, don't they have their own heritage? They got their own holidays they celebrate. They got their own customs that they keep. All of that, right? Every other race of people has that. What do we have? We have the things that was given to us, handed down from slavery, right? You know what I'm saying? Do you think our ancestors were celebrating Christmas? Where do we get that from? It was handed down to us, right? You know what I'm saying? New Year's, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is actually the celebration of the slaughter of your own people. You're celebrating the pilgrims coming over here and killing the Native Americans and the Hispanics. That's what Thanksgiving is about. Did y'all know that? Yes. Now, what did you think Thanksgiving was about? Where did it come from? You don't know. See, we think we celebrate things that we don't even know why. 4th of July just passed. What was that about? What was that about? Freedom of what? Do you know it was freedom, the white man's freedom from the white man. That's what it was about. And it was in 1776 is when it took place. Tell me something. Where was our people at in 1776? Slavery. So what does freedom have to do with us in 1776? Not a damn thing. You see what I'm saying? What we celebrate doesn't even make sense when you stop and think about it. But we don't think. We just do because it's been going on all this time, so we just gonna do it too. But God is sending the time to wait. What I got you holding? Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So this is what God says about his people. Because we were taught that God loves everybody, right? We were taught that Jesus Christ coming back to save who? Huh? Who's his people? But what were we taught about Jesus Christ coming back to save? Just us, or we was taught he was coming back to save the whole world? Is that in the Bible? I'll show you in just a second. But listen to how God feels about you two, his people. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
God chose us to be special unto himself, meaning separate from everybody else. When you have something that's special to you, that's something separate from anything else you have, right? So he says, God chose you, the Israelites, to be special unto himself. Read.
Above
We was taught that we was all equal on this earth, right? We all created equal. Ain't that what they say? But listen what God says about the Israelites. Are we equal?
Above all people.
We was taught everybody was equal, right? Listen what God says again.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So does God say we equal? No, we're not equal. We're supposed to be above all people. God loves us more than anything he ever created. But the thing about it is that we got to keep the commandments or we're going to be on the bottom where we are today. That's the reason why we went into slavery. They don't teach us that in church, do they? Do they teach us that, hey, we went into slavery because we broke the commandments of God?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Like today, I must ask you a question. What's today in the Bible? Today, what is today?
Today is Sabbath.
Huh? What'd you say, sis? Today is what? The Sabbath day. How do you say Sabbath in Spanish? Saturday in Spanish. Huh? Can you say Saturday in Spanish? It's Sábado. There you go. Sabbath day. You see what I'm saying? The Sabbath day is Saturday. You got it? Sabbath day. Exodus 20:8. Read that. Watch this. I'm going to show y'all something because all of these things we see in our community, the shooting, the killing, the drug dealing, the robbing, us being poor on the bottom is happening to us because we don't keep the commandments of God. Watch this. How you doing, my brother? You doing all right? I'm giving them, what's your name? Roger? I'm giving them a commandment of God today. Did you know that today is the Sabbath day? How do you say Saturday in Spanish? Sábado. Sabbath day, right? So watch this. Read that.
Book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
God told us to remember the Sabbath day. Why did he have to put it like that? Because we was going to go through slavery and forget everything that we were taught. That's why he says now, remember the Sabbath day. Read.
To keep it holy.
To keep it holy. It means separate from all other days. Read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
The seventh day, which is Saturday, is the Sabbath day of the Lord thy God. Read.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
We aren't supposed to do no work on the Sabbath day. Are our people working on the Sabbath? Yes. That's why we on the bottom right now. You see what I'm saying? That's why we on the bottom. That's why we struggling to pay bills. That's why we living from check to check. That's why. Because we're not doing what God told his people to do. Give me Nehemiah right quick. So that's one thing we ain't supposed to do. We ain't supposed to work on the Sabbath day. Watch this. I'm going to show you something else we ain't supposed to do on the Sabbath day. You got it? Nehemiah 10:31. Watch this. I'm going to show you something else that we ain't supposed to do. These are the things that we got to come back to. Because remember what happened, like I just showed them. What happened was our people put in slavery? Huh? We were, weren't we? And it was prophesied to happen to us in the Bible. I'm going to show you that in just a second. Watch this. Read that.
Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell.
So now he's saying if the people bring any items or anything on the Sabbath day, which is today, to sell to us, like these stores, like all of the things you see going on, read.
That we would not buy it on the Sabbath day or on the holy day, or that we would leave the seventh year in the exaction of every day.
So we aren't supposed to buy or sell nothing on the Sabbath day. Are our people out here buying and selling? Yes. That's why we on the bottom. That's why we struggle. That's why the police shooting us down in the streets. Why? Because we don't keep the commandments of God. God gave these commandments to one specific group of people. That's it. Do you believe that God loves everybody? You do? You do? Watch this. Give me that.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in